Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden is the best Biden ever.
He knows so long as he was denied.
In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been.
President Biden has a photographic memory. His understanding and mastery of a complicated geopolitical situation is remarkable.
He is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here.
I was sitting, 2 feet from him across the table, and he was, intense.
Have trouble walking sometimes? Yeah, so did FDR. He wanted GD war.
But he's totally focused. He's very sharp.
They say he's sharp in meetings and so on.
Very lucid, very well informed. Biden is stately, and he comes with gravitas. There hasn't been, as far as I know, a single claim that Biden made a mistake. Ageism is an issue. Americans have a rich history of holding people's physical characteristics against them. Okay, you can ask African Americans.
He's older. That doesn't mean that he is unfit, and there's a lot of ageism there.
Now, this age attack, this obsession by the right.
Joe Biden may not be able to speak for himself the way that he used to.
They want to think to take on government if we get out of line, which they're talking again about, and that's him lying around.
I think people should be speaking up for Joe Biden.
Americans and reporters in the media are just judging him by a physical appearance, and it's horribly unfair. Age is an asset.
He showed exactly how with it he is.
The flip side of this coin is that he has a tremendous amount of wisdom and experience.
Have you heard any concerns from anyone who has met with President Biden about him seeming a little slower?
No.
More wild speculation from a bunch of people who have probably never been in a room with Joe Biden and certainly don't have medical degrees that I'm aware of.
You don't get paid for performance to be president. The job is not a job of endurance. I don't see Donald Trump out bike riding like Joe Biden.
It's the Hillary's email. All they have is that he's old.
He can clear a dementia bar, and that's probably a win.
The media are not fair, and they're getting less and less fair, and things are frightening. You have Wall Street Journal running a horribly sourced piece saying that Biden is unfit.
Dubious Wall Street Journal report about the president's acuity.
Shoddy story by the Wall Street Journal questioning Biden's mental fitness.
Wall Street Journal story had a lot of flaws, as you said. But Sinclair, they didn't do any original reporting. They didn't follow up. They didn't do any work.
The hero of the day is Hirsch Goldberg Poland, and is still, he is not here with us, but he's still being held by Hamas.
But a huge part of the Mueller report talks about Russian disinformation tactics. And one of the themes this election cycle is that Joe Biden is too old to lead. And so everyone is seizing upon this. And it is a classic disinformation tactic.
Okay, so truth of the matter right there. $1 million bail, restraining a suspect who was high on drugs. $250,000 bail, stabbing a teen to death at a track meet. Sue. Say what you will, I'm an equal opportunity offender. Here's some Antifa scum for you. I like to take snapshots of these little articles I find on law enforcement, public relations websites, Facebook groups, things like that. You know, there's scum in all colors. This fucking dude. Let me take a look, make sure I'm still going here. Yes, we are. This fucking dude right here. Human trafficking. That just be their culture. Don't be racist. That's just their culture. You shouldn't judge, racist. A little reading for you. I'm not going to say anything because that's a very sensitive topic right there. You can add arsenic and mercury to that. I don't think it lists either one of those. No, it does not. But the rain samples show exactly what they're doing. The rain samples reveal everything. The whole plan. And it ain't good. It ain't good at all. Alright, so what else we got here? Let's see. Yep. That's the manager. He shot one of his employees in a dispute over burned biscuits. So if he'd do that, first of all, who would put that in a position of management at one of their locations? That's worthy of consideration right there. Those people must be practicing extreme DEI. He's a rather fine-looking gentleman. Gentleman and a scholar. I'm not sure exactly where this was. I think some county in Ohio. I don't know. It just happens. It's happening every second of every day around this country. Every second of every day. One of these things is walking in somewhere, pulling a gun, sticking it in somebody's face, and robbing the shit out of them. Everybody knows. Everybody who's paying any attention whatsoever knows. Just takes a little honesty. The violent crime rate among those fucking things, that culture, is just absolutely out of proportion. They are statistically the most violent criminal culture, not just now, ever in history, in the entire world. Some more fine folk right there. Is that the escapees? I can't read this. Let me see if I can blow this up where I can read it. Dallas, no, that's not the escapees, but your typical day-to-day, ever so fatiguing bullshit. It's just, it never ends. It never ends. And they're given aid and comfort by activists within the government. You know which party. Activists of that party. Here's these escapees. Now this jail, like a lot of correctional facilities, city jails particularly, not so much the penitentiaries, but the city jails, these certain districts, they're all staffed by people that look like this, and they're all cousins or in the same gang, or they're all part of the same bad guy overall operation. And that's what happened here. They were being let out by the staff, helped to escape. I didn't do nothing, your motherfucking honor. Mr. Jenkins, you're charged with raping and murdering a 3-month-old Caucasian infant. What do you have to say for yourself? He called me the N-word, your motherfucking honor. He called you the N-word, did he? Uh-huh. Yeah, hurt my little feelings, your motherfucking honor. Nah, I'm saying, I had to kill that little motherfucker. I had to crack his motherfucking neck. I mean, that's what you're dealing with here. Some say that they have the intellectual and emotional development of an average 5-year-old. It's worse than that. It's not that they're just extremely unintelligent. They are evil. And this probably has something to do with certain ancestors of theirs practicing voodoo and inviting demons into the family and etc. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the way that they're raised and their criminality, their criminal tendencies are a byproduct of their, what they're taught from birth and the way that they're allowed to grow up when they're children into the menaces to society that they are. There goes that dude. He's in on the, the whole Diddy thing. Yeah, going to those freak-offs. Probably while a certain Barack Hussein somebody was there as well. Who knows what that motherfucker's into. Look into the Chicago male prostitute Larry Sinclair if you want to know what that motherfucker, Barack Hussein, whatever his fucking name is, what kind of stuff he's into, or at least what he was into back in the early and mid 90s when he was a Chicago senator. Anyway, more your typical fucking bullshit that just never stops right there. And this guy, he's a very nice looking young man. Whatever could he have done to get in trouble with the police? Yeah. They never do anything. They're little angels. They're poor victims of racism and oppression. And we should be nice to them. We should open our homes to them and let them sleep in our children's bedrooms. Yes! God, I hate the left. I fucking hate them. Charged with murder after deadly shooting in Gary last month. This was from May 7th. That's a little old, but I can't keep up with it. What are you gonna do? I find pictures here and there. Facebook, X, various platforms. Sometimes people share stuff like this on Truth Social, or I'm not on any of that other stuff, the Instagram or WhatsApp or any of that shit. I'm right here and on Facebook. That's just me. Truth Social. Another fine young man who was just breaking into motherfuckers' homes and murdering motherfuckers. Yep. Well, I'd like to run into one of these motherfuckers during the commission of their crime. Catch them in the fucking act. Let them see what a good, law-abiding citizen is capable of. Not some poor, innocent old lady in her rocking chair. I remember that story a few years back, not too far from here, down Peachtree City, or I don't know if it was Noonan or LaGrange. I think it was LaGrange, where 4 of these fucking things broke in on an old white lady and tied her up in her rocking chair and beat the living fuck out of her and doused her with either lighter fluid or gasoline and set her on fire. She didn't die, but she was very gravely burnt. Anyway, they're preparing for... It's riot season already? I haven't even taken down my Halloween decorations yet. They're preparing for riots. Minnesota governor. Yeah. Somebody say horse jizz. Somebody say fake marriage. Somebody say he's gay and she's whatever the fuck she is. Got like a squid in her or something. A squid inside of a meat suit. His wife. I don't know. Hard to say what that fucking thing is. But she looks like a nice young woman. Whatever did she do to get in trouble with the police? Charged with murder after a Foot Locker shooting. Because everybody goes shooting at Foot Locker in the fucking mall, right? No, not people. People don't actually do shit like that. People don't actually go to malls and shoot people. But these things do. These things right here. They damn sure do. And they do it on a regular basis. And the media and the authorities work day and night to hide it. To hide it from you. so that you don't know that these fucking things right here, this particular American culture, this isn't a race. This is not about race. This is about a very bad, destroyed culture that's controlled as a ward of the state, essentially, that commits the vast majority of all violent crime in the United States. There's a few other countries as well, but particular here in the United States, because out of all these people in all these different countries, these right here, they're the fucking worst. They're the most racist, the most violent, the most immoral, the most godless, lawless, evil culture in world history. I don't give a shit if you believe that or not. Them's the facts. Them's the federal statistics, buddy. You don't like it? Fuck you. The fuck out of here. Those of us who know, damn well know. And all you got to do is open your eyes. All you got to do is open your eyes. Getting a little verklempt. Now that is, that's appropriate right there. Absolutely. Get that fucking thing. And all these fucking things that commit all these violent crimes, get them the fuck out of here. Send them to El Salvador. Send them to Thule Air Force Base in Greenland, or Space Force Base, whatever the fuck it is. Diego Garcia, Tierra del Fuego, Guantanamo Bay, Alcatraz, Rikers Island. Get them the fuck out of here and don't ever let them fucking come back, because they're a menace to society. That phrase didn't just manifest out of some bigotry towards these people, this culture. No, it's quite real. A menace to society. Everyone I don't like is Hitler. God, Trump is Hitler. I just said two names that I probably shouldn't have said on YouTube. That'll probably get my video looked at, and some YouTube staffer is going to go, no, this is racism and inciting hate. These fucking people, these libturds are everywhere. Here's one of the kings of their whole fucking commie operation. Commie/Nazi operation, actually. All this stuff traces back to Operation Paperclip. If you don't know what that is, look into it. And it wasn't just a few hundred high-ranking Nazis that were brought here. It was thousands, and they were put into key leadership positions inside the military, inside the national intelligence community, science, academia, Hollywood, the halls of power. They were put into key leadership positions. Basically, the keys to the country were handed over to the Germans after World War II. The history that you've been taught is a lie. That motherfucker's been dead for a few years. I suspect it's the bad guys that put the other one in, the fake one, so that they could continue their operations, their scams, their scandals, their plots, their scheming, etc., etc. Anyway, I believe that's about all we got for today, folks. And with that, I'm going to close this operation out. I bid your ass adieu.